Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Domain Gaming presenting Harmony's Fall.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and adventurers, here for another tale as old as time itself. Let's see, I'd like to do a very brief recap. Going into this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to who spoke last time? I believe that was Ian.
Yeah, I believe that was me.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be Peter.
Me.
Thank God.
All right.
So, regale us of our adventures thus far.
All right. I will consult my notes because I'm a good player like that.
Fight me.
All right. So, last time we picked up when Yikashi was following some fools in an alleyway because she does that. She wanted to jump on roofs, so she did that. So she found that they were having a party in the big castle area. So that's where the Baron was. So when the Baron summoned us finally the next day, we got to go in there, nice and posh in that one room, but the rest of it was pretty bare. That's like the party room to make it look all nice and snazzy. So yeah, Baron summoned us to meet us, get to know us, and gave us some options about, different guilds we can join, and we seem to have settled on the adventurers for now because that's the one that we can make the most money on immediately. So let's see, got some details here. Yeah, from the guild master, what was his name? I thought I wrote it. Yes, Galden. Yes, Galden.
Yeah.
So he tells us that some idiots killed the wrong thing, and so he's got to go have some creature identified by experts. So we're on a delivery quest to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into some giant snakes, lost a horse, lost some back hair on one of us. And then we panic ran into a village, which is where we wanted to go in the first place, right? I think that's about it. The basic gist of it. Oh, and Earl was in a cave. Earl, sorry, not Earl. He was about to have an adult hentai moment, but he got out of that.
Aww. I'm sure the audience is very sad about that.
So yeah, we're basically in the village square now, I believe, and we're gonna be asking around about this lizard thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's everything.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
big stuff anyway. So,
Well, you have all had a moment to catch your breath, to recuperate from the occurrences of the day. Some of you made it through the day unscathed, but not unharmed. One of you particularly is quite harmed, but well on the way to recovery. And you're all, what would each of you like to do? You're in the kind of like a tribal orc village. There's a lot of places that you clearly aren't allowed to go to anywhere with guards, it seems to be. But otherwise, you seem pretty welcome.
Do they have like a town square?
No, the village is fairly nomadic. There's a couple of buildings that seem to be semi-permanent. Looks like it's kind of lashed together and could be unlashed and moved if necessary, but otherwise it's mostly tents. They do seem to have a congregation circle in the middle of the village, but all that's really going on there is the chef is getting ready for dinner.
I walk towards the chef.
All right. You've seen Ural, and Ural isn't Ural more of a greenish orc?
Yeah, he's. I think that's the. Hold on.
That's the standard orc, isn't it?
I had
Yes.
a terrible picture. Was he green? He's kind of green. Yeah, he's
Is it
green.
just
I'm
is it just
making
the
him green.
abominable snowman from that old Windows skiing game? Oh, okay. I'm glad someone got that.
Yeah, I got it.
But no, this one is similarly bulky and large, but this one has a gray, almost stone-like tone with his skin, and he appears to be roasting some kind of extremely large game. He's not just hunched over a fireplace turning a crank. No, this is a roaring fire that he's using two hands to crank some kind of leg, from the looks of it, of some creature that could easily measure up to its knee, about your height.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Chin, like maybe ankle. Sorry, I forgot you were a gnome. No, this thing is absolutely massive.
My
You
eyes
wager,
widen.
you
Ooh.
wager that given the enough preservatives, you could eat for 3 months off of this thing.
Whoa.
Mm,
That
My
said,
tummy
you'd
growls.
either die of a heart attack or become a vegetarian by the end of it. So
No more meat.
Give
Orcs
me
don't
more.
believe in cholesterol.
Are
Well, I
there
mean,
any
they
orc
have-
vegetarians?
you don't know. You don't know. That said, I mean, it's not just meat. There are other preparation staging areas where they are cutting up various herbs, spices,
Are
some
there a lot of people
vegetables.
around?
There's a decent congregation. You'd say in the not so much kitchen, but sort of central gathering food prep area. You'd say there's about 12.
Mm. So I walk up to the chef. So, what's all the preparation for? Party?
No, just dinner.
Oh, whoa. This is dinner? I want to eat good like you guys.
The hunters have not arrived yet. This is yesterday's catch. And he's still like double hands rotating this spit that is just, I mean, it looks like it would take two of them just to carry the thing. So it
They
is
speak
quite large.
common,
So,
that we can understand them, right? Sorry.
Yes, they do speak common.
Okay.
so is this for everybody in town or just the hunters?
The hunters provide the meat, the farmers provide the fruits of the earth, the shamans provide the flavor of the earth, and we provide the preparation.
So I
What-
need to provide something? That's what I'm hearing.
What then do you provide? He just kind of looks over, and you barely come up to this thing's kneecaps as he stops rotating to just kind of lean over and look down at you.
I put my hand on my chin and I try to think. If any of them come back hurt, I can heal. And I kind of twinkle my fingers. Would healing provide food for me?
He looks and he thinks, and he kind of smirks, and he just kind of he comes out into a laugh and says, "Oh, we welcome guests traveling from afar. You need not provide, but help is always appreciated."
Yay! Okay.
It is good to see one provide help, even if not necessary.
Well, I'm just passing by, but I might get hungry later, but I don't mind helping for a bite or two. And I smile.
And what brings you here?
Me and my comrades, and I kind of just, they're somewhere. Yeah, so me and my comrades, we were just passing by. We were sent by this. I've always been bad with names. But we fell from the sky, and we were sent here to, I think, investigate.
The
Something.
Baron sends regards then, does he?
Ah, yes. Well, he is a baron. I don't remember his name. But given the fact that I just met him and heard his name once or twice, well,
We only know him as the Baron of the Fallen.
well then we're talking about the same guy. And I smile.
And he just kind of leans and says, So, Bachuna's canvas, this Hithland, what do you make of it? That is what you call the great artist, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bachuna, the goddess of creation, is often depicted as an artist constantly working on a piece, but never quite finishing it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know, like most artists.
No, of course. It's never finished and it's never good enough. Well, I'm stumped.
So you don't know what to make of the of Hithland yet, of the world.
I'm still pretty new at it. But so far it's very different from the upstairs.
Yes. The land
It's-
above, we have not heard much of it.
It's pretty boring. You can get by, but it's kind of stiff. You got your rules, you have to follow them. And then if you break them, it's not like here where it's like you get a slap on the wrist or something. It's more like you just get outcasted. But it's not that bad down here. I kind of like it so far. I haven't gotten punished, so yet.
Well, moving over, what about the rest of you? There are shamans if you want to submit the creature and have them look at it.
Sure, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. Asking around. Is there anyone in particular you're going to go to, or are you just going to start asking for?
Basically, yeah, looking for, like you said, either a shaman or a leader or someone who can identify this thing.
They send you to the Elder Hunter, and looking over, you see that this particular orc is gray, like pretty much every other orc that you've seen in this camp. You guess that because they're in the mountains, it's basically the best correlation you can make. But this one in particular appears to have a series of paintings adorned onto his body. He wears nothing from the waist up. The paintings all have various beasts on them. He does appear to be very scarred, as a hunter's life seems rather dangerous around here. But he's looking over a series of maps and crudely drawn, basically depictions of the different flora, fauna, and monsters in the area.
Okay.
And he looks up and goes, guests, then.
Of sorts, yes. We're here on an assignment. We need. The Baron has requested us to get this creature identified, and I open. Is it a bag or something?
It does. It is a pretty big. Well, it's not big, but it's a small enough size sack. But anyway, you open up and you look at it, and do you just like dump the thing out, or?
Not too unceremoniously.
Yeah. So you kind of carefully open up the bag and show it to him, and he opens the bag and looks at it, and goes, trouble.
The creature is called Trouble?
No, just trouble. What befell this creature? It appears he is a little more directly looking at you.
I'm told that some other hunters had either gone too far north and saw this thing and killed it on accident. I'm not sure of the whole story myself. They just wanted us to come here and identify it.
The Baron was wise to send someone to have this identified. I must speak with an elder immediately. Gather your friends.
Okay, where do I meet you?
The elder's tent, and he just kind of points to one of the tents that has like a banner over it, almost like a house banner. You recognize house banners. This is a rough facsimile of it.
Okay. So I will go out and start looking for the peeps.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
I suppose. I was going to say, I suppose I would be tending to any animals at this time to ignore the pain that is still oozing out of my body.
There are definitely. So these creatures are far more exotic than what you're used to. You're used to horses. You're used to mules. You're used to maybe the occasional elephant if nobility has come up with something weird. These creatures are completely foreign to you. They are quadrupeds, but they almost have a reptilian feature among of them. You note that their teeth and stuff, they are clearly herbivores. But yeah, they seem fairly different to you.
All right, and I'm assuming the camp probably has somebody that also takes care of them?
Yes, and you can absolutely speak to them about it. They are known as the Earth Walkers. They are, yes, some are small, some grow to absolutely huge sizes. The Beast Keeper kind of points over to the the center area where this absolutely huge, and you didn't realize it. You thought it was just a like a tree log or something. No, that's actually that's a leg of a creature.
All right, and they're all just called Earthwalkers? There's not like specific names for them?
Well, the ones that kind of just pull the carts, I mean, they're kind of more designated by less by species, more by their function. So, you know, there's the haulers. They are the herbivores that are slow but extremely strong. You have the land runners, which are, you know, these are actually bipedal, and they have sort of claw-like front arms and very sharp fanged teeth.
Mechanical question.
Yes, they're dinosaurs. Carry on.
I was going to say, are they something within my range of being able to shapeshift into?
That's a good question.
Then that's it.
What is the CR of dinosaurs?
We stop there.
No. It's worth
Pulling
asking.
up the monster manual. Hold on.
I gotta consult the monster manual. Yes, sometimes the GM has to consult the monster manual on things. You know,
What do you mean? You're not just homebrewing
Comes
everything?
with the territory.
Or it's one of those things, even if I can't do it now, it might be something that I could do in the future. But
Yeah.
one of those things I thought I'd ask.
No. It's worth asking. But in my haste, I neglected to print out the characters stuff that I would need. Okay. So that one, yes, but it wouldn't be particularly useful to you. I would say a couple of them, yeah.
All
Let's
right.
see. What about this one? This one. The Landstriders are, or the Landrunners, they are CR4. So I don't think you can turn into those.
No, that'd be, I think, another 2-3 levels or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's CR3 and below.
The Haulers, that's a CR5. I'm trying to see if there's any you could turn into. Not here in this camp, from the looks of it.
Yeah, I am level 6. So it would be level CR2. Sorry. Not 3.
Yeah. I mean, there's one that they seem to keep as a pet. He's just got a little, like, he comes up to, like, knee height and just kind of wanders around. It's got a little, like, derpy face. I mean, you could turn into that, but you don't see why you would.
Okay.
For the lull.
Yeah, for the lulz. Just can I go ahead and make like a handle animal check to try and like learn as much as I can about these?
Yeah, you can try. You can try. We'll say with guidance it'll negate the disadvantage.
Well, yeah. Well, I stated specifically to learn about them.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
With the guidance.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not guidance the spell, just you're speaking with an expert, so they're going to essentially assist you in learning.
I am not a very good student, so that's a
Whoa.
total of 8. So
Really, these things existing is kind of still throwing you for a loop.
Yeah.
Like you've always fancied yourself to be a quote unquote nature guy, but your entire life's existence has been in a city above the clouds.
mhm.
And that city is not very natural. There's a lot of things that are, still made from stone. Certainly there are like parks, there were there were things that you could quote unquote attune to nature to. But you were, for all intents and purposes, a city boy.
Mhm.
Druid
So,
City boy.
yeah, you thought yourself a druid, but you're really more of just a glorified groundskeeper.
He was playing with the pigeons at the park.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so for you to just be thrust into this world where, these things have claws the size of short swords and can just rip you apart in a heartbeat, you have no clue where to start. You get the very, very surface level concept of these things exist. That's it.
And they're reptilian.
Yes.
Got
I mean,
nothing.
there are other mammals in the area. I mean, you've seen things that look like buffalo or bison, or you've seen one thing that's just a really, really fuzzy elephant. So stuff like a woolly mammoth. I'm just listing real world examples so that you kind of have a concept of things you've seen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I it's just that's pretty much all my character is going to be doing is trying to learn as much as he can in this time frame.
Oh, and the iron snakes. There was that too.
I don't want to talk about those.
But you'd give it about an hour of learning the very basics and your head is already spinning. It's a good thing that that Devin seemingly comes out of nowhere, puts a hand on your shoulder, and says something along the effect of, what do you say?
Well, apparently that little creature thing is bad news. So we're going to go talk to the elders in the big tent. So they want us all there. Where's
Yeah.
everyone else?
I don't know. These things are confusing. I've been here an hour and my brain's about ready to roll out my ear. So good timing. I'll just follow you.
You having trouble with animals?
Have you seen these things?
It's at that point something that one of the land striders, again, bipedal raptor like creature, just kind of looks over and goes,
The hell is that?
And you see that log over there?
Uh-huh.
That's a leg. Look, follow it. It's a leg.
What?
Yeah, you can see why my brain wants to fall out. Let's go before yours does it too.
Okay. Are those in the book? And I start flipping through it as we're walking, looking for someone else.
Yes, but the drawings don't really do them justice.
Someone needs to update this book.
Well, it's not the greatest book. Either. It's sort of mass produced. So Rose,
Hmm?
what are you doing?
I'm gonna say Yikishi was just walking around, I say town, the village, and just, I don't know, is there any, I was gonna say soldier, but like, yeah, it says any soldier types or hunters practicing and sparring?
There are younger ones, yeah, learning. You do interestingly enough, since you're going to go in that direction, make me a perception check.
I think she lagged out. Her thing is
Yeah.
still green.
Yep, she
Oh,
liked them.
yeah.
Move on.
Okay.
Very perceptive. So
takes a moment to look around, phases through reality.
shit. Okay,
All right.
well, they
Ural, what you
come
doing?
back. Yeah. So I presume I recognize these people from earlier before they split up when they first came in. I recognize these followers.
Yeah, it's those people.
Yeah, shit.
Those people.
They don't
Okay,
get
jeez, I'm
armed
back.
this time, however. Right?
Yes, they do have equipment. Don't worry, Yikishi. We'll get back to you real quick. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. So Ural, what you
Yeah,
doing?
so using my very little knowledge of their equipment, would I reckon any of them can cast any fire? Like just an inference.
Two or three. I would say, based on your limited knowledge, two of them look like they might be able to.
Okay. Well, might be able to is, I guess, good enough. But you can. They've muted themselves. I guess I'll continue tactics questions. So I don't know much about this tribe, but does any of them, do they have can I get like a tribal equivalent of a Molotov here? Like is that a thing? Because I have some plans for the mushrooms.
I mean, the mountain orcs typically do have to clear away debris and stuff. They may have, some of their shamans may have some concussion tool that you could use. Excuse me. Pardon me. But no, you actually do know these people fairly well. These are the Mountain Orcs up north. You're they're kind of like they're kind of like your mountain cousins. Like they're basically your Tennessee cousins, if I were gonna make a comparison. Yeah. You were in charge of, kind of the central area of Hithline. That is your charge as the guardian of part of the guardians of Hithline. These people tend to keep to the mountains to the north. Some, maybe one or two every generation or so, gets picked to be the guardian of the mountains in the north, and so they will leave the village and scour the world to the north and find things and come back, or get eaten in the process, whatever.
No.
Yes, you do. Okay. Well, I guess they're in the mountains, so surely they're aware of the caves in the mountains. Do they
Oh, yeah.
know? Are those mushrooms supposed to be here? Because from what I recall, they were kill on sight. However,
No, they're not supposed to be there.
okay.
I mean,
Uh,
these people can't just scour every single cave in existence. So it's entirely possible that stuff has happened. But
yes, but
yeah.
I was wondering, like, is this natural or is this
No.
something I need? Okay. All right, good
Mushrooms
to know.
don't typically stand up and start spewing spores that kill people.
Oh man,
Oh.
I didn't die.
Good to know.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I have justification.
Okay. And it's about this time that you see one of them getting all the others together. They look concerned about something. So, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint.
Knowing the fallen, they're probably concerned that they stubbed their toe or something.
Yeah. So Yikashi, what was it you'd like to do? Oh, right. What was your perception check?
I have okay, yeah, I backed out like early on. I don't know
She
why,
must have missed
but
that.
yeah, my perception is 7.
So roll your die.
Oh, don't me.
Right. Roll the d20 and add 7 to it.
Okay. 21.
21. Nice. You notice, looking on the younger ones and maybe some of the more mature orcs, but not nearly as many of them. A lot of the orcs have a sky blue paint across their foreheads, especially in this kind of hunter area. The younger ones do not.
Cool.
It almost seems like some kind of rank, insignia, designation, something. But there's
Who
very
has the most
clearly
colors on them? Who's the most colorful?
So that would be the one that is presiding over the training camp. Of course, they're getting ready for dinner, so these younger orcs are, of course, just doing push-ups in the yard at this point. But no, there's one that
Okay.
is kind of glaring over all of them. He is a very vibrant looking orc, despite
Ew.
the graying hairs.
I'm gonna just walk on over, kind of give him a wave. Hi.
He just turns and looks, and this is a very no nonsense man, orc, person, whatever. And he turns and goes, "Yes."
I would like to be stronger. Can you train and spar with me so I can learn the ways of this land?
He reaches over. Make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, come on. No, wait, what?
He's about
What's
to
my
make a man
strength?
out of you.
No.
This is what you asked for.
Wait, no. Okay, wait, I'm scared. What's my
New
strength?
montage.
All
My
you
strength-
see is something flying at you. So, and it's not small enough to require a dexterity throw. This is a strength saving throw.
Okay, so I need to roll 1d10, 1d20,
20.
and just add my strength. Okay.
Strength
Good
modifier.
Strength
God.
saving throw.
Oh,
So,
saving throw.
which
Saving.
I don't know what your strength is. So,
I don't have a saving throw.
okay, so it's just the d20 then.
I don't like this. I got 14.
14.
Yeah.
All right. So, you
Please don't
don't
hurt
break
me.
your arms, but he reaches down, and what he threw in, at you, you do manage to like wrap your arms around it and hold on to it. You actually slide back about 5 feet as just the mass of this thing hits you. And then you realize how heavy this thing is, and it just completely drops from your arms. And you're looking down, you're looking at supposedly a lance. It is a lance that is easily as thick as you are, which is not that thick by like.
Yeah, I'm a cat.
Yeah, you're a pretty lithe individual. No, this thing is this thing you could probably fit inside if it was
Be
hollow.
thick with 3 C's. Okay, I get it.
And it's a good 12 to 14 feet long.
He just threw that. I look at it and I look at him like, what was that for?
When it drops, it does not bounce. It just hits the ground.
Is this your initiation test? I kind of
This is
eye
a
him.
trainee's spear.
What do you want me to do with this thing?
If you wish to become stronger, you will lift this every day until you can pick it up like one of our own.
What?
Pick it up.
And he just barks out a name, and like lightning, this juvenile orc, you don't really know orc ages, but he looks to be a young adult, like freshly coming into adulthood, comes up, looks over. I mean, he's got ripped muscles, and he just reaches down and picks the thing up with one hand, puts it up on his shoulder.
Bug off, mate. Come on. That's not fair. He's an orc. All right.
And
all right.
he just kind of,
I asked to be
he
trained.
looks, he goes down, he goes,
Have
see
you came
what we
across
have.
anyone of my kind before?
In the south.
South.
Yes, the jungle folk are very sort of like you, fur climbing claws. I know not what you call yourself, Fallen.
I'm probably gonna butcher what I am. Tabaxi?
These tabaxi are feral by nature, but they claw and they hunt. You are small even for tabaxi, I would see.
I have lived a very weak life where I came from, but I would like to be stronger to survive here. So I will listen,
He
but
just
please
kind of
recognize who I
ponders.
am.
He just kind of ponders and looks and nods and goes, I see. Well, then perhaps you'd best join our troops. Follow what they do. You can roll athletics if you wish.
Okay.
But they are doing push-ups.
Second. Come on.
You okay?
One second.
Okay.
I have 16. There we go.
16.
Sorry, I'm using a website to roll.
No, it's fine. So you have the advantage of not being a particularly heavy person, which means push-ups are not quite as much of a strain on you as it would seem these other creatures have. A couple of the orcs do actually give out before you do. But as you start to near the end of your rope, it's at this point you see up standing next to the trainer, Devin is trying to explain to this huge orc that yes, we need the cat. How's that going, Devin?
Well, she does. When she said she wanted to be stronger, I don't think she meant physically, like arm strong, like this. And I pat his arm like this. I think she more like better be able to take care of herself. I think that's what she meant.
No, I kind of say out of breath. I'm good. I can keep going.
No,
I can
you
keep
can't.
up.
What are you doing? You're all dirty now.
We're all dirty since we came down here.
Yeah, but you're by choice laying in the dirt. Why are you laying in the dirt? That looks exhausting. Stop it.
I
No.
mean, you see like all the other orcs doing push-ups. I mean, you know what a push-up is.
I know what it
so-
is, but I've never done one.
And he just kind of leans down, looks over and says, "You should train too."
I have a different way of getting stronger. Not that this isn't a good way. It's just I'm not made that way.
One who runs, then.
Well, if the situation demands it, but
Yes.
otherwise, I can kill things from a distance. Does that count?
And he just kind of looks at us. Tabaxi, they need you.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, we gotta go talk to the elders because that thing we brought was bad news. So they want to talk to us about it and have a big discussion. And they want you there.
I spring up. I give a respectful nod to. What's your name? I asked the big orc man.
Orkil.
What?
Sorry, Orkil.
Orcium.
Orkil.
Orkil.
O-R
Gotcha.
apostrophe K-I-L.
I'll see you next time, sir. I run off.
He says, 23 times a day. Then you will be strong.
Thank you.
What does he mean by 23 times a day? What's he talking about?
Push-ups. I want to learn how to survive in this world and not just survive by the skin of my teeth, but like actually thrive, you know?
Well, surely there are other ways than push-ups.
You can't always fight from a distance. You better get used to close range fighting.
I mean, I'm no stranger to close range fighting. I'm
Well,
just
we
saying if
got
I
it
can kill
from
it from a
up
distance, I'll
there.
kill it from a distance. If I kill it in front of my face, I'll kill it in front of my face.
Come on, let's go see what all this hubbub is about.
All right, we still got one more to find.
No, I think that's everyone.
No, there's one more. The short one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't she eating?
Kaya.
Fortunately,
Yeah,
you know
Kaya.
exactly where she is, so finding her is not that difficult. So Kaya, what have you been doing? You have actually noticed at this point Devin's running around getting the crew together.
Did I successfully get food?
It's not quite done yet.
Wasn't that a giant leg?
All right, my
Walker.
chef friend. I will see you when this is done. Holler. And then I kind of
Holla.
swirl and I start walking away.
He seems to have taken holler as like some kind of thing that you fallen say when you're leaving people. So
Well, it's too late now. I already said it and I swirled and I started walking away.
yeah. Speaking
Yeah.
common and understanding the intricacies of common are two very different things.
Yep. I'm sure people around here are going to say things that I just don't understand. In fact, they've already been saying things that I don't understand. So it's a two-way street here.
Oh yeah, there's definitely orcish being used. Nothing to nobody's really like giving you that look, you know, if you're in a place that you don't understand and everyone starts speaking a different language and you know they're talking about you, that's not really happening.
I see them, right?
Yes.
Okay. I walk
So
up to them.
So you're all
The band's
you're
back
all-
together.
you're all led to the elder's tent. And yeah, at this point also you do note that they are going into the elder's tent.
So I don't want to like just barge in on like, hey, what are you guys talking about? But if there's a moment that seems convenient, that's like, hey, Look, these people got in trouble once and I had to bail them out. What the hell did they do this time?
Well, so as a guardian, you typically do have the appreciation of the elders in the region. So you do have the authority to come and go as you please within reason.
Yeah, but I don't want to be rude.
I know. Well, I mean, that does come with the territory, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you don't have to put on airs. You're a respected member of pretty much wherever you go in non-fallen country. So
do the other orcs that are like leading them there, they look pretty worried, don't they?
Yes.
Okay, then I should probably be worried. Yeah, I'll make my way that direction.
Mm-hmm. Entering into the tent of Uftfang, you see a very old orc with a quite substantial staff that he just kind of beats onto the ground as you all enter. And he speaks in Orcish to the orc that has kind of escorted y'all there. And then he turns and looks at all of you and says, I bid you welcome to our village. I understand you bring grave tidings.
Apparently so, yes. We were given an assignment to identify this creature, which one of your tribesmen has told me is trouble. Though that's not what the creature actually is. Just that it's trouble. And yeah, we need to know how much trouble it's going to be.
He just kind of takes his hand and motions down to a table that's in the center of the tent. And he says, present this trouble.
Okay, so I'll set it on the table and open the bag and make it as visible as possible.
Ural, you step in about the time the body hits the table, the body of the creature.
It's bad.
No, this is bad. This is bad.
Ooh. I'm gonna like walk in, I haven't even shut the door, and I'm gonna like stand like. There's probably not a door. This is a tent. What am I talking
It's
about?
a tent.
It's a flap. Slam the flap.
You understand.
You say fucking Orcish.
Language.
It's
Language,
an Orcish,
good
you
sir.
don't know.
It's an Orcish, you don't know. I believe. No, I don't want to make that joke. Sorry. Moving on. You hear a guttural utterance that could only be described as an expletive come from the entrance of the tent, just as the creature hits the table. Now, Ural, you are an expert of the central area of Hithlind, which means a good chunk of your domain, your jurisdiction, as it were, involves the Fey Woods. You know the Fey. You know how the Fey operate. You are well acquainted with how angry they get when one of their sacred beings are killed. Yeah, that's a pseudo-dragon. That's a gold pseudo-dragon.
Oh, no.
It is an adolescent gold pseudo-dragon. Presumably one hatched in the past 50 years.
Well, there's plenty of fallen. These will probably just die, and things go back to normal. No, that's not good. I'm gonna Did you learn nothing from the last time you were told not to hunt stupid things?
Firstly, we didn't kill this. We were just sent here to find out what it is.
But you have its body.
We were sent here by the Baron and the head of the Adventurers Guild. So they know who killed it. I don't know who killed it. We just got here.
Yeah, we're the messengers.
Fortunately,
yeah, in fact, we ran away from your monster.
Messenger.
The chieftain just kind of folds his arms and looks down and says, "Trouble, indeed. This is a sacred beast or creature of the Fae. They will seek vengeance."
Well, we want to know who did it too. So,
Well, I mean, I'm sure the Baron and them know who did it.
Yes, and I would pray for their soon-to-be widowed families.
So is this gonna be a problem for the rest of Dissonance? Or just the idiots?
If by some miracle, the Fae have not yet discovered this, then perhaps there is some saving of Dissonance. However, this creature is a very sacred creature to them. They will look upon this as an act of war.
Oh, there was one other thing. We were told that this wasn't killed in the Fey Woods or in the Fey Wilds. It was killed somewhere else.
These things wander and adventure, I believe, seeking out other Fey creatures to bring into the fold.
So it wasn't like it was running from something, it was just wandering around.
Mayhap not. I will... As chieftain, I will take it upon myself to examine this. And everyone just kind of stays a good 10 feet away from this thing, except for the chieftain, who comes in close. And he looks at it, and he says, 3 arrow wounds, not accidental. This creature was hunted.
So it wasn't like a stray shot. They were aiming for it.
You do not mistakenly hit something 3 times.
Well, perhaps we don't, but the fallen are.
I kind of eyeball him from the side.
But no, this is problematic.
And he looks at it and says, the scales are off color. Poison? But not. These creatures, what are these called again? I only know them by their... He looks up and goes, Ural, Land Guardian.
Yes, such as I. These creatures are known by the name of pseudo-dragons in the Feywilds. Unfortunately, poison makes too much sense considering my own investigations.
Yes, you bring tidings of similar trouble, I presume.
What'd you do, Earl?
There is nothing but trouble these days.
If I may, sorry, real quick. Where do these arrows come from? Do they belong to any specific tribal markings? As I kind of point to them, kind of eyeballing them a bit.
They're just arrow holes.
Yeah, he's just looking at the
arrow
holes.
holes.
Yeah.
Okay, got me thinking there's still an arrow in it. Never mind. Ignore.
You're okay. One issue. Many Fae are immune to such poisons, are they not?
Maybe. I'm not a Fae biologist.
No.
Are they?
A lot, yeah. It's actually pretty common for them to at least be resistant against poison, so for it to be poisoned would be a pretty surprising thing. Maybe not impossible, but surprising.
Yes, it is unlikely it was poisoned. However, prolonged exposure and poisons related to greater problems might circumvent natural resistances?
Problems like this. And he looks, and part of the pseudo dragon does appear to be damaged not by arrows, but almost by a bite. And the bite has a kind of dark purplish hue to it, almost like an extremely bad bruise.
So it
But
was
yes.
bitten.
But yes, you do recognize the coloring, Ural.
Yes, far too similar to the poisoned air and plants that are cropping up.
Please, a moment. And he's going to get back up, and he begins to conduct a ritual, which, just it's just kind of like, yeah, no, we're doing a ritual. But no, he actually does call some of his assistants to help him set up a ritual there in the tent, kind of off to the corner. You recognize the natural magics, Jace. You do not recognize the intent of it.
All right. Would I be able to roll Arcana or something to discern the intent, or just completely out of my league?
This would be nature.
Okay. So I could roll
Yes.
nature. Okay. Plus. Oh, that's actually not too bad. 17.
17.
Ooh, nice.
It takes you a moment, but you do recognize it as a form of communicating with plants and animals,
Okay.
albeit on a much larger scale.
Mass communicate with plants and animals.
Yes, he
That's
appears to almost be trying to communicate with the very earth itself.
That's gonna get loud for him.
Probably. But yes, it takes a good 10 to 15 minutes. And there is a little bit of awkwardness, I suppose, with everyone just kind of standing there. But yeah, while this is going, any observations given this new information?
Well, let's see.
What
3
the
arrow
hell's a pseudo
wounds.
dragon?
Ural, you want to take that one?
From what I remember from my metagame knowledge,
Or are we metagaming this?
Well, no, your character has knowledge of it, so
yes, my
know.
character probably knows more about pseudo dragons than I actually remember, because the only
Gotcha.
thing I know about them is that they're one of the fancy familiars for going Warlock, Pact of the whatever the one gives
Chain,
you
I think.
followers. Yeah, chain.
Yes.
I remember they're small, like telepathic dragons, basically.
And there is a version of the pseudo dragon, the much more common type, that isn't nearly as revered. This one being a small pseudo dragon would mean being a gold pseudo dragon probably means it was at the behest or was either an offspring or some kind of close tie to an ancient gold dragon, which is probably the most Fey-like dragon that you'll run across.
You said I had a
short of
bite
fairy
mark as
dragons.
well, right? And 3 arrows into it with poison?
Well,
3 arrow wounds, a bite that looked poisoned because it was miscolored or something, right?
yes.
Okay. So, gonna have to go back home and relay this if this village will let us leave.
I mean, they don't appear to be angry at you since you said, "Hey, we're sent by the Baron." So they're kind of assuming that it wasn't you; it's the Baron trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You do not feel the need. You do not feel that the messenger is about to get shot.
Yay.
How far are we from the little corpse?
Probably right on
y'all
it.
probably about 15 feet.
Oh.
But no one except the elder and of course Ural has gotten within 10 feet of it.
And me, because I put it there.
Yeah, well, and you.
Okay. And then my follow-up question doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, everyone's giving it a wide berth.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if we could maybe see whether the bite marks killed it or the arrows killed it.
You can speak to the chieftain about that when he comes out of his trance.
Yeah.
Are there no
So-
other free elders, or are they all doing the ritual?
So there are some elders that are off to the side, but they look to be more advisors.
So they wouldn't have the authority to answer, hey, yeah, you can go look at it.
Not likely, no.
So
Um,
this orcish village, how adept at magic would you say they are?
Shamanistic, very. Arcane, no.
All right, so we don't have speak with dead.
Thank you all for joining us for Harmony's Fall. We look forward to seeing you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.